Hi guys, it's X. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, it is my favorite video of the year to film. It is my absolute favorite video because it is what I'm going to be revealing my goals for 2025. So this is the New Year's resolution video. It is the one video that I've been consistent with on YouTube every single year. And the reason why I look forward to this video is because I never used to be the type of person that would make New Year's resolutions and stick to them. I would always just not complete them. And so I made it my mission in 2022 to actually go ahead and make goals and stick with it. But I wanted to read you something that I read on Instagram yesterday, and it says, "Soon there will be a lot of posts of people sharing their achievements from 2024. But just in case someone needs to hear this, it's okay if the only thing you do this year is simply get through it." And totally agree with that. Everybody in the world has their own life mission, goals, tragedies and things that they go through year to year, day to day. So I get it. I've been through it. I've been there, and I also don't believe you need to be a good or do person just because the year is changing. Start working on your goals whenever. But for me, this has been just so exciting for the last 2 to 3 years of my life to pick up new hobbies or anything like that and make the year the best it can be for myself. All right, so first, I'm going to go over my 2024 goals, what we reached, what we didn't, what is kind of in the works, and let's just jump right to it and tell you how I did. So, learn Japanese was my #1 on this year, and I'm proud to say that I played Duolingo for 6 months prior to starting my class, but I officially took a Japanese 1 and 2 class in a local college, and I was only planning on taking 1 semester. There is a total of 4 classes at this college that they offer. However, my professor said that I wouldn't be able to fully carry on a conversation until I took part 2. So I was like, okay, then I need to move forward. And honestly, I still want to complete it. I do want to take 3 and 4. You get you get an associate's degree if you do. I don't need another degree. It would be my 5th degree. And I don't have anything to use it for, but I honestly debated on doing it, but the commitment. I just bit off way more than I could chew this last semester. I'm on the union bargaining team. I play softball. I have 2 different careers that I'm trying to balance. I have tests and things, courses that I have to do to qualify to keep both of those jobs. And so it was just a lot to manage. In addition, adding on a whole class and then a 5-unit class learning a new language on top of that. However, I did buy the book for the class 3 and 4 just so I could practice and study on my own. I am going to Japan with my husband in January, so I am so excited to be able to speak a little bit of Japanese. And I was so glad that I actually took an in-person class because I learned a lot about the culture and things that I should and shouldn't say in Japan. So I was really thankful for that because I don't want to go to someone else's country and be rude. But that is something that I definitely crossed off my list and I'm very proud of. And I think if you want to learn a new language, don't let people tell you it's too hard. I learned to read and write and speak Japanese, and it is so exciting when I'm able to see symbols and recognize what they are, or just speak to somebody in their native tongue. The next thing on the list was run a half marathon. That was the hardest thing I did to date, probably, because I prepped for it. I downloaded the Nike Run app. It was having me run 5 days a week, and honestly, it just felt like it was so much. I live on a racetrack for a big run that is held every single year where I live. And so I just was taking the day off because I can't leave my home since the streets are closed and I live on the racetrack. So I finally decided, like, why don't I just partake in this event? It's literally like right behind my house. Like I said, I live on the track. So I was like, I'm just going to sign up this year. Well, I signed up for the half marathon. I've never ran in a race in my life. Like, never did a 5K, never did a 10K. I just happened to decide, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to run a half marathon. And my whole life, I was like, I've never had a goal to run a marathon. I just don't get people who wake up one day and they're like, I'm going to run 26.2 miles today. Like, I didn't understand. So for me, I was like, that's never going to be me. So I guess a half marathon would be fun. So I decided to sign up, but half of it, like 8 miles of it, is actually in a canyon, and the other 4 point whatever miles is on the road. And some people that I had met on the track actually warned me, and I'll put some footage if I have it still, that the last like 4 miles or whatever is all downhill and it's pavement, like it'll be easy. It was not easy. It was so painful. Like, everyone told me, like, oh, you'll have so much adrenaline, don't worry about it, you'll finish. That adrenaline ran out. The people with the signs is so exciting to run by, but that all leaves by mile 8. Like, my adrenaline was done. I did stop at every water station, took the gels when I could, but it was still a lot and everything was hurting me. I had to stop so many times, like the last mile or two, to stretch my back because everything physically hurt. I literally was crying in tears, not only because I was proud of myself, but I was in so much pain. But I was so glad that I completed it. It was really exciting, and will I ever do it again? Probably not. I did sign up for a 10K. I've done another 10K after that, so I have one coming up this year for the same run. Hopefully I get to do it, but oh my god, I have a newfound appreciation for people who run marathons, because I just don't know if I could ever do it again, or the half marathon. Next thing on my list is fears. So what that meant, and I do have it crossed off, it's my third one. What that meant to me was, in 2022, I had hiked 52 new hikes a year, and this doctor that I worked with was like, you're gonna get bit by a snake, and you're gonna die out there, no one's gonna know. And so that year, I was like, you know what, I'm tired of being afraid of things in life. I don't want to be afraid of them. I think if we learn about them, then you know, we'll be better at letting that go. So that year, I don't want to say I was scared of snakes, but I just didn't know much of them. So I took it upon myself to learn more about them, like spiders. I also wasn't super terrified of spiders, but they would make me a little nervous if I saw them in the room and I was about to go to sleep. So I learned about spiders, and actually they don't freak me out anymore. I actually really like them. And now when I hike, if I don't see a snake, I'm actually really disappointed. So for this year, fears. One, I have a fear of going new places. I get, like, by myself, like if it's like a big hospital, university, I have to plan ahead. It just gives me so much anxiety to like go somewhere, stand there by myself. I feel like, oh my god, what if I can't find parking? Or like, what if I don't know. Like, I don't know why there's so much anxiety around that. But one thing that I've always wanted to do was work in the entertainment industry, whether it was modeling, dancing, singing, acting, anything. And I was just always so afraid. My mom used to take me on these auditions, and every time I went up to speak, I would just get so nervous and I'd blow my audition because I just either couldn't talk or it wouldn't go the way I planned. So this year, Good American, I believe it was on my birthday, Good American hosted the I don't even remember what they're called, but they hosted their Good Squad, and like they picked 7 people, and it was full on raining. I got there an hour early thinking I was smart because I think the audition started at 9 or 8, so I got there like either 7 or 8, something like that, but it was an hour before. The line was wrapped around the building. I had asked people like who were leaving first, like, what time did you get here? And they said 6 a.m. they were waiting. I was like, waiting in line 3 hours before something opened is just insane. But I went to this audition by myself. I stood in line for 8 hours in the freezing cold with rain, no food, like no water, like literally freezing cold. And so I thought, okay, it's raining, people aren't gonna come. No, every single person waited in that line. I auditioned, obviously didn't get it. But I was just so proud of myself for even having the courage to go out there, and it made me just so excited and wanted to try again in just other aspects. But I haven't done anything since, to be honest. Like, I haven't auditioned for anything, but it did really spark my curiosity and make me want to try and like get back into acting or singing or dancing, something of some sort. But that was really cool. It was really exciting, and I met a lot of really cool people in line. So that was a great experience. Up next is 24 for 2024. So I was trying to find something to do for like 24 times in the year, and what I ended up choosing was going to 24 different ramen restaurants and trying out the ramen. And I didn't realize how picky I was with ramen until I started doing this. But here are all my ramen bowls for the 24 different locations that we went to. And yeah, I just couldn't believe how bougie I was. Or like, my husband, I'm very particular about my noodle, my egg, and the broth. Like, I don't want the noodle too thin. Like, if the noodle is thin, I can't do it. I like it like a medium size. Like, I'd have to show you, but we had so much fun going to all these different locations. My poor husband, a lot of these I went to by myself because my poor husband was so sick and tired of ramen, and I love soup. It is my favorite food in the world. So I enjoyed it. I thought I was going to get sick of it for a while, but I really liked it and enjoyed it. And some of the fancier restaurants that I had heard of that I thought were going to be amazing turned out not to be the best. The ones that were super hyped, there was one ramen restaurant that I was super hyped to go to, so excited, and when I got there, I was pissed. Oh, that was the other thing that I thought was kind of funny. I was very picky about my bowl, what shape it was, the spoon, what shape it was. Like, I went to this place by my job, and I had been wanting to eat there for like 6 months. My dad, who lives in another state, even told me about it. Everyone was sending me videos on Instagram about it. It's like this ramen bar. They actually sell like alcohol, and then they happen to serve ramen as well. And when I got there, I was pissed. The ramen didn't taste that great. It was in a disposable bowl, which whatever, but what made me really upset was the plastic little spoon that they gave me. I was like, how am I supposed to enjoy all the flavors and everything when you give me this little plastic spoon that was disposable? I don't know. I just realized how ramen bougie I was, but that's also what I'm excited to do in Japan. And just so I could flex a little bit, it's like ramen wa tabetai desu. So if you know, you know. Next on my list was read all of Twilight, and the reason why this was on my list, and it's like a little like, what the hell, you're a little like 10 years too late. I had purchased these books, I want to say in like 2009, 2010, when the movies first started coming out, and I was never a reader at all. Like, I hated reading, didn't enjoy it, didn't like it, and I decided, because I liked the movies, to pick up the books. I've had all 4 books for over 10 years, and I never read them. I picked up reading as a hobby, I want to say 2 years ago, and it is the best hobby I've ever picked up. Seriously, at this point in my life, I read everything and anything, like any genre, any category. I have my favorites. Like, I really love thrillers, crimes, mysteries, stuff like that. Like, that is just my favorite in the moment. I also read a lot of romance novels. My 2 favorite, I want to say, authors so far have been like Colleen Hoover and Freida McFadden. Freida McFadden is definitely at the top of my list. I just love her books. I feel like they're page turners for me. And it's so funny because I love magic, witchcraft, fairies, and dragons and all that stuff, but okay, my camera died. So I don't know where I left off, but basically that is why I decided to read Twilight, and basically why I think if there is any hobby you should pick up, it is reading. I've read 74 books in the last 2 years. It blows my mind. Actually, 74, something like that. But pick up reading, you won't regret it. Alright, next is create a company and lose weight. So I have not marked these 2 off yet. However, they kind of go hand in hand. So 2024, I began this like health and fitness journey. I learned a lot. I don't want to say I didn't lose weight because I definitely lost weight. I lost about 16 pounds in the first 3 months. I was doing so good. And then I slowly psychologically fell back into old habits. Then I changed my goals from losing weight to like building muscle. And emotionally, it was so mentally challenging, the whole thought. I didn't realize how emotionally challenging or mentally challenging weight loss is, especially being older compared to like being younger and being able to eat whatever I want and work out and it's okay. Now I could just look at food and I like gain 10 pounds. Not really, but that's what it feels like. But create a company. So that is going to tie into my 2025 New Year's resolution. So let me just go grab a marker so we can erase this and start off with our 2025 New Year's resolutions. All right, so first 2 things on our 2025 goals is nutrition coach and personal trainer. So I mainly signed up for these courses for myself so that I can know more about nutrition. I took numerous nutrition classes online through the Lifestyle Association of Medicine or something. I don't honestly remember the name of it, but I took like a diabetes course, a pregnancy course, like I think just a general overall nutrition course. And so through NASM, I ended up purchasing the certified nutrition coach course and then their certified personal trainer self-study program. So to be honest, that was my create a company. That was what I had planned for 2024. I thought, okay, I debated on becoming and like how I was going to do this because I'm a nurse practitioner, but I'm an acute care nurse practitioner, not a primary nurse practitioner. So I've kind of been struggling mentally like what I'm going to do with this because I kind of wanted to move more into functional medicine and debated on creating my own company where I really like help people get off their medication and just be healthy overall based off just nutrition and exercise. Like really focus on diet, exercise, lifestyle change, and getting these people off their chronic medication, whether it's like high blood pressure medication or like for like cholesterol medication, stuff like that. But I'm just running through loopholes, and then I thought, okay, maybe I don't have to use my nurse practitioner license. Maybe I just can use, this personal training and nutrition coach. But I want to be able to monitor labs and like really get people off medication. But in order for me to legally do that, I'd have to be a primary care provider. So that's been a little annoying and frustrating. I don't want to go back to school another year to get an FNP or an adult gerontology like primary care certificate when I'm not going to learn anything more of food and nutrition or exercise in my program than I probably already did in my current like acute care program. So that has been the mental struggle. So when it comes to create a company, I do have like plans, but I haven't exactly done it yet. I haven't picked like a name or anything like that, or like even decided a course of like if I wanted to take this business, where am I going with it? I also thought about it and I'm like, do I really want to be a business owner? Like, I don't know. So for right now, my 2025 goals are to get these 2 certificates, but they're mainly for myself, for my own like weight loss journey, for my own like lifestyle change and stuff like that. All right. The next one is going to be slow down. Adding that to my list. And no commitments. So at least for the first 6 months. This last semester, I'm telling you, I just had so much going on, and I was listening to my best friend's boss tell her, like, don't bite off more than you can chew because you're just going to overwhelm yourself, and then everything in your life is going to suffer because you can't focus on so many things at once. And when I was younger, I used to be able to work full-time, go to school full-time, and like rally and do great like in every aspect. I was so good at time management, and like I still am to an extent, but it is just, I am tired. Like I've been doing this since I was 16 years old, working full-time, go to school full-time, and like always have so much on my plate. I don't like being bored, so I'm like really curious to how long this is actually gonna last. But I just like don't want to commit to anything in the first 6 months. Like, I just want to enjoy life. Like, I felt bad for my husband this last semester because we really didn't have time for each other just because I was so busy with everything going on, meetings, like courses, classes, like just so much. So I just want to take the first 6 months. I mean, I'm still on the bargaining team at my union, so I'm still going to be doing that, but I just really want to take time and just enjoy life for once. Next, just for the 2025, like, what is it going to be? I'm going to read 25 books. Like, that is one of my goals, because I just really like reading, and I just got a gift card from Barnes & Noble for Christmas I'm so excited about. So then we're doing like a holiday book exchange at work, so I just am going to continue my reading journey, and that is going to be the next thing on my list, to read 25 books. Alright, the last thing I'm going to put on here, just because honestly I don't have that much to think about, like, but when it comes to fitness journey, I wrote waist size of 28 inches. Let me tell you, I am at a 31 right now. When I got married, I was a 27, so I was telling my husband yesterday, like, I think I want to be, my waist, I want it to be like a 26, and then I was like, ooh, I don't even know if I could do that. So that's going to be my last one on this list, because I don't know if it's going to be achievable just based off everything, but I'm going to try my hardest to like really learn with this like nutrition coach and personal training coach, slowing down, focusing on my mental health. Like, we'll see if we can get there, but that is going to be definitely the last on my list. Yeah, I don't know, like this year I didn't have too much to really think about or like aspire. Oh, you know what? I forgot one more. Financial literacy. This year, I'm just going to add that real quick. This year, I actually added that on my list of things. I did not add it in my New Year's resolutions, but it was definitely a top priority of mine, was to make a goal to become a millionaire by 2030. How I'm going to do that, I don't know, but the reason why is because I was driving one day and I don't know what I was listening to, but I was like, I'd never be a millionaire, not going to happen in this lifetime. And then as I sat and thought about it, I was like, why not? Like, why can't I be a millionaire? At this point, like, I don't even want to be a millionaire to have $1 million. I don't care about the money. At the end of the day, to me, money is not the most important thing in the world. But having the title of a millionaire and saying I did it, and like $1 million honestly is nothing anymore. Like, there are $1 million homes everywhere that you just can't even afford in California. But I just want the title, because for a split second, I thought that was something that I could never achieve in my lifetime, and I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to tell myself that I'm not good enough to accomplish something in life. So now I kind of just want to do it just to prove that I can. So I learned a lot about different things this year. I have made a becoming financial literacy, financially literate video. It was really long, I apologize, but yeah, that is definitely something that I want to continue in 2025, and I don't know, get better in the stock market and see where things can go. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry if it's a long one and I rambled a lot, but let me know down below what you're excited for in 2025, what are your goals, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!